The Milwaukee Bucks, just shortly before they were set to play their Game 5 against the Magic, Bucks players decided they would not play in protest of the shooting of Jacob Blake. Magic players were warming up. The Bucks never took the floor. That began talks between the Players Union and the league and eventually prompted all that you just saw that happened in sports yesterday. And we will cover this for you now from a variety of different angles. Insiders with me here, Jeff Passan covering the baseball, Dan Graziano the football, and Malika Andrews, who is live with us inside the NBA's bubble. And Malika, I will start with you. How would you describe the sentiment in the bubble after the players' meeting last night?
Wow, I mean, Greeny, it was emotional, highly emotional. There was a lot of passion that you could see. There was a lot of questions from a lot of people as to what is to be coming next. And in the actual meeting, there was a lot of dialogue just about whether or not folks felt that they should continue to play. Some folks said that, you know what, we do think that could be the best course of action here, or at least we shouldn't put it completely off the table. And there was another group of players who said maybe not playing is the best way to continue this action. There was also discussion about whether or not the Milwaukee Bucks should have let more people know ahead of when they were actually deciding to not play against the Magic in Game 5, because as we all know, the Magic went out and they warmed up, and so some players on that team felt like they wanted to be included, and whatever that they were going to do, and Chris Paul said this in the meeting, we want to make sure we do it as a group. But afterwards, I was watching players walk across a bridge where they go to eat at a players-only restaurant. Some of them were just talking amongst themselves. Late at night, about 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, there were some players that were singing. It's a different, highly stressful in many ways time as players are weighing what they want to do here and how this will continue.
Really important there is pointing out that Chris Paul and others in the union leadership want to make sure that what happens is unified. It does not sound to me like what you were describing is a group of players who right now are unified. So they have another meeting scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning. What are you hearing from players about that?
Well, as of the wee hours of the morning, I talked to one player who said that I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I should be going into this meeting thinking that it's just going to be another discussion in which we have some time to digest it afterwards, or if this is going to be the time where we're actually going to make a decision on the rest of the season. That's still a little bit convoluted, even in players' minds. The one common ground that I keep hearing over and over is that they want to continue to make steps forward here and get closer to what it is they will be deciding to do with the season. That being said, I don't necessarily expect there to be a neat, clean resolution in just a matter of 3 hours, 2.5 hours on the East Coast at this point, because players are still trying to figure out, okay, and I know Jay Will just said there's only things to gain and nothing to lose, but in the back of their mind, they are thinking about the CBA. They are thinking about their brethren that are next to them that maybe potentially make a minimum salary or less than them. They're thinking about what the ramifications could be for the next year. They are thinking about, even more importantly than all of those things, okay, so let's say we don't play. What will we use this time to do? Because that was the question for the Milwaukee Bucks. And in a 2.5-hour window for a game, they were able to say, okay, we are going to call lawmakers. We're going to call the attorney general. We're going to call the assistant attorney general and get some tangible, actionable items and advice here that we can move towards in the state of Wisconsin and affect change locally. But figuring out how to do that nationally and even worldwide on a larger scale as to what would happen if games are replaced, and the question of if their platform for some players becomes smaller in that moment, that is weighing on all of their minds.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.